Hi Raghav. So Raghav did his first semester from
Yeah,
India. Yeah, so we both were in the same course Algo. If you have any questions related, and if you're thinking to do Spring from India online for whatever reasons, he will definitely be the best person to answer. So let us know whom you're asking the question from.
yeah. Hey guys, congratulations on getting into USC.
Yeah. So yeah, somebody was asking a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was asking that I heard from one of my friend. He got into Spring into UAmrest, and
Okay.
he said that this year, especially, some of the universities have made a some clause that they can do internship even in the first summer they land. I mean,
I also have heard that, but USC is not allowing it. So what I have heard, they have spoken to the Department of Security who manages
mhm,
all this. It's very complicated. I am also just trying
right.
to understand. But USC has not done anything.
Okay, so it
So
won't be there at USC.
no.
And I had one more question, which might be silly, but how many students approximately are there in each course when you attend it?
Uh, Algo had 700, Raghav, right? Two batches combined, 700 folks.
Yeah.
CN had, in my class, there were 50, the next class had 7. So 50, 60 people in one class. Raghav, you were in AI, right?
Yeah, AI had around 400 in two batches, 400 to 500.
Uh,
So
I I'm basically from applied data science. So, do you have any idea about that program? I think the batch size is way too less in that program,
okay, so
as per my.
what I would do over that is, I can show you a trick to understand.
Mhm.
It might not work 100% of the time, but this is what helps. Let me close the other windows first. Okay, let me share my screen. I hope you all know this website, right? Classes.usc.com, usc.edu.
Okay.
Yeah, so just go over there and let's say, where is my beta? So which course are you from? Data science, right?
Yeah. Applied data science.
Okay,
It's not MSCS. It's applied data science.
which one is that?
It's in the
Let's take
security.
anyone. Let's take a random one. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So let's take I took CS and I'm going for algo. So you see
Mhm.
the class size 350. So
Okay.
the worst case scenario, I mean not worst case, mostly the class will be full. So you
Mhm.
can expect 350 in one batch.
Okay.
And like this, you have two batches. Two are for on campus and one is for online. You can ignore that. So Algo has around 700 people strength. So more or less
Mhm.
500, 600 people is what they generally have. This is one trick to understand how many people might be
Okay.
there in that class. Because see what happens, it is not
Mhm.
only the first year people. In our
Mhm.
Algo, we had a friend of ours who was in the final semester,
Okay.
but she kept Algo for the last.
Mhm.
That is the way.
Right. So, how does it affect the studies? Like when you're, studying with such a huge amount of people in one course, what are the advantages or disadvantages that you felt?
Advantages, you have a great chance of making smaller groups and discussing stuff. I don't think there's a disadvantage because right now everything was online. So it's on Zoom. We don't,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't feel any difference if there's 700 people or 5 people because you have that many TAs also. So if you have 700 people in a class, you have like 10 to 12 TAs. It is just you have to go to them in their Zoom hours and talk to them. Raghav, how did you feel when you were from India? I think you were watching it online also, right?
Yeah, so then also provides us to have a way to see the lectures in a recorded session. So you have that leeway in kind of, in a sense, if you miss the online class, so you can go and watch those lectures at your own convenience.
Correct.
So pretty much online was better for me since I was attending from India. But yeah, when those classes begin offline, then we'll we'll have the first hand experience and we'll see like how it comes.
Right.
Correct. So Den is a platform where generally classes are hosted. So you have Den, and then you have Zoom meetings, depending on what professor prefer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean I have spoken to seniors; they have told their stories, but I do not want to share them because we have not experienced it firsthand.
Right. We will be having, I think, offline classes. So for us, I think the scenario will be a bit different.
Yeah, starting this fall, USC is going off.
Yeah.
Provided we don't have a third wave. Yeah. Okay. Next one, Shashank.
I'm sorry, I don't have a question. I can't remove that reaction.
Okay. Asmita.
Yeah, sorry. Hi, Ayush. Sorry to cut you there. The website where you showed, I actually went through it today after receiving the admit. I wanted to know what those cross lists are about. Like, I didn't understand those. Like,
Let me share
I
my
really,
screen.
because with so many subjects, they have mentioned cross list, cross list. You can just go to anything. I didn't realize why they have mentioned it as cross list there.
Good question. I'm also listing it for the first one. Let's see what it is. Computer science. We'll go to our algo favorite. Let's do this.
No, like right there.
Yeah.
Suppose you see CSCI.
Oh.
I mean, if you just go on the right hand side, just if you scroll down a little.
Oh, this
Yeah.
one.
Yes. What are these? Like, why is it in a cross list?
Okay, so there are few courses which are offered by two departments. So if you see, they're offered by this department, but it will also qualify for. Okay, let me give you my example. So I was in the computer network track. I had to do one course that is Introduction to Computer Networks from EE background, that is electrical engineering. So that was 450, correct? So ideally, we have one more course from CS, which is equivalent to this, and that should have a cross list over here little. So either of them works for, what do you call it, your degree.
Okay. Thank you.
Just to add a point over there, you cannot randomly take any courses. So you have to see your program, and there's a list of courses which you can take. But you have some options, but some courses are compulsory, so you have to go with that. Like you
Okay.
have to take few 500 level, few 600 level, maybe a bit combination of
Yeah,
that.
right. Totally. Yes, agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Asmita.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask that before accepting the admit, you must have spoken to seniors as well. So, any idea what percentage of the spring admits actually get the job offer? Like, people say that it's quite hard to find job offers because they have a very short period. So, any idea about?
We don't have a direct percentage. I mean, it is not mentioned anywhere else, not even on the official websites. But if you look at a holistic picture, everyone lands somewhere. I mean, you might be aiming for 150K, you might land up in 100K. So that might be the only difference. You might get a job in January, somebody might get job in March. So one of my roommate was struggling. He was also a spring admit. He just got graduated. He was struggling to find a job since 2 semesters, but finally he got a job like 2 weeks back. So struggle is there. I will not say no for that, because there's so many students, not only in our university but all the universities, right? And because of COVID last year, things got a hit. It is getting back to normal, but we have the same struggle in India also, right?
Just
Also,
just to add
yeah.
here, like finding jobs in US is more of a networking task rather than
Right.
it will be differentiated based on how you enter the college. Like it doesn't depend on whether you enter in the spring semester or fall semester. It is mostly dependent on how well you network and how you know people for referrals and stuff like that. And based on your skills, you'll get interviews, and probably you'll be able to crack one of those and get a job.
Just to add on that, the advantage which we feel from USC is we have a great alumni network. So they can help you to reach to an interview. To crack an interview is something which nobody can guarantee.
Also, does USC has a club or something which helps in resume building and something like that?
We have a great career
does.
center. Yeah, we have a great career center with many resources, which I was speaking to many of my friends in different universities like UTD and Florida. They don't have all that. So that is also a good advantage. So there's a website of
Also,
careers in
this.
USC.
Mhm.
Let me share that also. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, Raghav, since you did the first semester online, did it
Yeah.
affect your CPT? Like people say that you have to stay do it offline, so you
No,
have to
since
do
I
wait for 1 more year.
Okay, let me address that, Raghav. So he also did it
yeah,
from
go ahead.
spring, right? So any which ways he had to wait for the entire year for the next summer. People who are doing fall online will have that problem, not the spring.
So,
Okay.
anyways, I'll be doing my summer internship in summer two of my program. So, summer two is automatically 1.5 years from the time I joined USC. So, even if I'm able to
All right.
travel in fall, then I'll have 2 semesters to complete my eligibility for CPT.
So that is one more advantage of spring.
Okay.
Considering the current situation, that is also advantage of spring.
Also, is there any foundation that you have to have internships in LA only,
No,
or you can
No.
have it anywhere in US?
mostly
Anywhere
it is in Seattle. Most likely it will be in Seattle or Bay Area, but we don't have that many tech companies in LA. So it is good to get a outside experience.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Omkar?
Hey, hi. Thanks for arranging this.
No problem.
And my course is MSCS AI. So
Okay, AI
I want to
certification.
know, yeah. So I want to know, will it be worth it for AI because the trend is going with data science, and will I be eligible for all types of jobs like software engineering or anything?
I'll answer your second question first. So you will be allowed to apply for any kind of roles, provided it is with CS. The degree that you will get masters in computer science. We don't have any specialization written anywhere else.
Okay.
And coming to, will that be a future, that is something which you have to research, and what interests you more than the future, because you have to work in that field for next 20-30 years.
Okay.
I'll give my example. I was in cloud computing background since my undergrad. After my undergrad for 4.5 years, I am pretty sure that I might not go into software developer role. I will go into DevOps role, which I like when I was doing in India. So it is all personal choices.
Okay. So I have another question, that is, as far as you spoke to your seniors, what is the average salary they got? Which whatever you are known of.
Generally, we don't ask about salaries because in corporate it's not a good gesture. The best way is to go to Glassdoor, and there's one more website. Okay, yeah, you can start with Glassdoor and LinkedIn to get a range, because even in India and here, people generally don't. If they are very good friends, only then they might ask about pay scale or stuff.
Okay.
Just a way
And
it is. Because I never ask anybody. I just know by Glassdoor and basic range 100, 150, depending on. Yeah, it also depends on which location you get a job.
okay. So sorry, I was not aware about this. And one more question I have is, what would be the total cost of attendance for 2 years?
Okay.
And upper bound cost.
Upper bound, yeah. So okay, if you want the maximum upper bound, it is I-20 multiplied by 2. But that is like if you are living a rich lifestyle in a 5-star hotel. But otherwise, there's a website. Raghav, do you remember the link? We have a PDF also, right?
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
on I-20 it mentions like it's $68,000, and it's almost 1.5 times that, like if you take
on an
into
average.
account the living expenses.
Okay, I got it. Let me share my screen. Okay, so how do we? I mean, mostly the cost is of two types: fixed and variable. So fixed will be your, let's say 27 units program. Just go over here. It will tell you per unit price and some extra fees, whatever.
Hmm.
They are considering housing. If you want, you can keep it or remove it and then see the final calculation. Okay, so according to them, the total fees is 61 for 2 years.
Okay.
Housing is separate. So housing calculation can be done based on where you are staying, how many people you are sharing with, and what is your lifestyle. Mostly, if you are let's take 2 BHK, and 4 people. So it will be 650 to 750 range. Okay. I'm talking about
Okay.
proper lease. So there are again two things: sublease and a lease. Sublease you might get a discount, but lease you have to give the actual price. Do
Okay.
you guys
So
know the difference between lease and sublease?
no, I'm not aware.
Okay.
Me too. I'm not aware.
Yeah,
Okay.
please be better to tell us.
Okay, I'll explain right now. Lease means you actually, in India, when you take a place on a rent, that is a lease. If you don't want to continue for the entire duration of your rent, you give it to someone else, and when you're finding other tenant, just to move, I mean, if you have to, let's say, shift within a month, you will give at a discounted rate, right? That is a sublease.
Okay.
Does it make sense? So I have also, I mean, there are 4 parts of videos. You can just check. So with Sudha, who is in charge of Indian department. So we had a webinar 2 weeks back. So I have uploaded that in parts. All the 4 parts, all the questions are there. You can check that out. It has answered most of the questions regarding our. Okay, that was not a good idea.
Yeah, guys, Ayush is a fine YouTuber. You can go check out his channel.
So there's 4 parts. Just check them out. Regarding, and even Madhu, she was an alumni. She is an alumni, sorry. So she also shared her experience. Just check this out. All the 4 parts. And I also want to add one more thing. That is a variable expense. Now, in your rent, you might not. We generally don't include your Wi-Fi. One thing, what I'm saying. You don't include your mobile bill. You don't include your, what extra do I pay? I pay for Wi-Fi extra and my groceries and food. So that is completely variable. And laundry. Yeah, you have to pay for laundry also separately.
Gas and electricity.
Yes, gas and electricity also, correct. Yeah.
Okay. So in your monthly expenses, the spreadsheet you had shared on YouTube,
Yes.
I guess you spent $950. So shall we also consider that it would be the average monthly expense there?
Okay, so January, keep it as an exception because the first month you have to buy many things at bulk. Again, if you're
Okay.
coming in unfurnished apartment, you have to get the furniture set up. If you are coming in furnished, that is what you don't pay. I came in a furnished apartment, so that was sorted. But you have to consider that factor. How do you consider that? Go to Target.com, because nearby places Target, you don't have Walmart, you don't have Best Buy. Target is the best place if you want things urgently. And then Amazon. Whatever you think you might need, just check the price. I mean, this is it's a very long answer. So you can do
No,
that.
no problem.
And what else?
You can check
Yeah.
out Ayush's video on that. I think he has
I
covered
think
almost.
episode
Yeah.
2 episode 2 has that information, and I'm also thinking to make a separate one on that. But yeah, coming back, 950 was what I spent in the first month. I was very conservative. I did not have to buy any furniture except for a laptop, computer screen.
Okay. So and the
I
PDF that you showed about the costing,
yeah,
so we can consider that total sum as the upper bound figure, right?
average. No, that is average because you have other expenses also like your insurance, health. No, they have added health insurance. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, that should be good. 86K.
Okay.
One more thing you have to understand: every fall they increase the fees by 5 to 6% or 10%. Rather, how much?
I think it's 5.
5%. Yeah. And the fees that they have mentioned is, I guess, for 500 level unit, 500 courses. If you take a 400 or 600, the fees will again change. 400 is less, 600 is more.
Okay.
So
Okay. Thanks a lot. All my questions I have asked, and thanks a lot again.